Hey, SilverTheReaper here, and this video is about Super Smash Bros. And it was originally a podcast made for school, so I actually had real names spoken in it. So for this, you'll hear Marth sounds for when my name is spoken, or Ike sounds for when my buddy's name is spoken, and there's also a few different editing glitches in this that I didn't realize till after. So those are quite unfortunate. Like, it cuts a whole name out, but you'll be able to figure out who it is, as the name is said other times. It also cuts part of the name of a game out, which, if you're looking at this, you probably know the game. Just in general, if you look at Smash stuff, you probably have heard of the character people are wanting in. And that's what this video is about. People wanting characters in. I might turn this into a recurring podcast with my buddy, but who knows? We need to get mic stuff figured out better. I originally had it to the number 1 setting on my mic for 2 people. Didn't work the best because neither of us were actually aimed towards the mic. So it's currently on 3. Hopefully sound is better right now. But yeah, mic quality and just general quality kind of poor. Hopefully we'll be better next time. And subscribe or something if you want. Leave a comment down below on better editing software and better mics. Currently I just got a blue snowball. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. I'm and welcome to Super Chat, where we talk about Super Smash
Brothers! Today's episode discussing future DLC characters for this Fighter Pass and potentially the future.
And in this we will be starting off with one of my childhood characters, Sly Cooper from the Sly series.
The Sly Cooper game is massive inspiration for a lot of kids' childhoods born in the early 2000s. Massive hit on the PlayStation 2 as well as early PS3. Sadly, Sly's kind of fallen off a cliff.
It did get the games remade on PlayStation 3, but the one that actually came out for that one wasn't too good. But I find he would be a good Smash character as he could have a unique moveset, perhaps taking over for the best neutral air, replacing Palutena's.
Yeah, if we're coming into consideration moveset, then it's nice, but really Sly's games have received such a poor reception in the last few years. They haven't come up with anything since 2012, I believe. Correct me. Pardon me, 2011. And really, Sly's lacking in popularity among common fans.
Granny said it doesn't need to be popular, as long as you can make it fun.
I suppose that's fair. That neutral air would be pretty nasty, although Palutena, I don't know if he can overtake that.
True, but I find it would have an interesting dash attack as well. Perhaps similar to Corrin's though. And who knows, it could take a new main for me.
That is true. That staff could come up with some pretty nasty stuff. We're going to move on though. Sly, not a huge topic of conversation. We're going to get more and more interesting as we go through this.
Hopefully.
That's the hope. Devil May Cry, Dante is up next.
Devil May Cry was quite a popular game, and the series has reached over 20 million sold for the entire series, and it got Capcom's Platinum title award.
Devil May Cry has always been a fun series. Dante, the charismatic protagonist, has always been a fan favorite among people from all walks of life. He's a very, very charming demon slayer, and definitely would be a lot of fun to play with Smash. Personally, this is my number 2 pick behind a Seeker we have coming later in the episode.
Well, you see, with him, they could also create different interaction things with how Pit works. He has this special chat function where they talk about the characters, and if we can do that with Dante, it could be interesting because if I remember correctly, he is half angel.
Dante is, in fact. His banter would be pretty insane. I always loved hearing Dante lip off absolutely everybody he ever came up against. It's a lot of fun. Plus, all of his different weapons and unique abilities. He has a briefcase with over 100 different weapons in it. Something we definitely see very interesting in a moveset.
And you could definitely probably use Devil Trigger in some way for a ultimate move.
Agreed. Every way Dante seems like he could be thrown in here somewhere. Great moveset, very popular. Would love to see it.
And wonderfully toxic taunts, of course.
Of course.
And then moving on to the next character, it's a bit of a toss-up of different characters in a series known as Infamous, which was a PlayStation exclusive. There is Cole McGrath, or...
See, now, Infamous is a series that I would love to see, but this is where we start to get into territories where Yes, fans would love to see Cole or Delson come make their way into Super Smash Bros., but it being a PlayStation exclusive makes this very difficult for Nintendo to pull off. The licensing and problems they'd have to go through with Sony might prevent Cole or Delson from making their way into Smash.
Well, if you do think about it, the first DLC character of Joker from Persona 5 is, in fact, a exclusive for the PlayStation as well.
That is true. Although Infamous is a larger series of Persona, we might see some hoops try to be jumped through.
Yeah, also there's the choice of whether they go with the old classic one for the first 2 games, or the new one in Second Son.
The debate between Cole McGrath and Delson Rowe is definitely one to be had, although original fans of the series, such as myself, who enjoyed the first and second Infamous games much more, would rather see Cole. His electric moveset, I feel, would be much more interesting, as opposed to Delson's wide array of shallow moveset.
Yeah, though, keep in mind, it could reunite some voice actors who commonly stay together, because Troy Baker, the voicer of Delson Rowe, commonly does work with Yuri Lowenthal, who voices Marth in the game.
That is accurate. I wouldn't be surprised if Troy wanted to come onto the scene to play Delson one more time.
It could be interesting to see having the voice actors who work together face off with their different Smash characters.
That would be true. We'd see Marth versus Delson, although personally, I'm taking Marth.
No,
Just saying.
suppose I'll have to fight you with Delson then.
I would suppose so.
Alright, now, moving on, we can come to our final pick of Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Sora he's been a topic of conversation among Smash fans for years. Not only through Smash Bros. Ultimate, but back through the Wii U and Brawl, as well as Melee. Everyone has always wanted to see Sora in Smash since the release of Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know anything about Melee, but I do know for sure there are certainly some people who have wanted him since Brawl. Some even crafting movesets for him for the Wii U version back when there was talk of DLC for that game.
And Sora is definitely highly requested, but it seems Nintendo is reluctant.
Yeah, they seem reluctant, though the ones who surprisingly aren't reluctant is Disney and Square Enix themselves, both speaking that they would be up for having Sora come to Smash.
Which definitely lights hopes in the eyes of fans. We would love to see Sora, and having Disney and Square Enix on board is definitely half the battle. Now Sakurai needs to step up to the plate and give fans what they want.
Yeah, and as long as Sora can get in, we can unlock the hearts of all the fans.
Indeed. One thing I'd like to bring attention to is Super Smash Flash, an indie game created on Adobe Flash by fans. Sora does make an appearance in that game and is very, very fun. And personally, if I were to see any type of moveset similar to what is present in that game, I would love to see Sora in Smash and would definitely give him a lot of playtime.
Yes, though that one does seem more based off of Kingdom Hearts like 1 and 2 Sora. Though it would, if Smash did take Sora, it would likely be with things from Kingdom Hearts 3, which is decently different in the moveset, as it doesn't have dry forms or anything like that, and the flow motion's a bit different.
It is true, it would be difficult to balance a moveset over a character that's evolved so much from game to game.
Yeah, though there is definitely lots of moves that they could take, like Gravity, or Bravura, or there's also Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, Arrow, and Cure. There's a lot of different moves that they can all pull from, like Fire Windmill, as well as for perhaps a dash attack.
Yeah, we don't definitely have no lacking of source material for Sora. Definitely lots of material to pull from. Just simply picking which is the best.
Yeah, and who knows, after Sora gets in, they could add different moves with Riku as perhaps an Echo Fighter or a full-on other fighter.
There is chances for that. There is chances.
Yeah, now why don't we talk about our priorities for who we would want in the game? Starting from like our least prioritized for getting in and our most. And this is an end pulled separately.
Alright, so we're going from 5 down to 1. So if I'm going to start, if we're going to both go number 5, I'm going to have to throw Sly Cooper, my least prioritized. For me, it's not so much that I don't think he'd be fun, it's just I think everyone above him would be more fun. It's close between him and my number 4, but I didn't play the Sly Cooper games as much as a lot of kids did, and I recognize their importance, and I recognize they're really fun games for a lot of people, but for me, it's not quite the same impact.
Well, personally, I disagree. Sly Cooper is not my bottom pick. In fact, my bottom pick is unfortunately Dante from Devil May Cry.
Wow.
that is mostly partly because of the same reasoning as you of not playing many of the games. I only beat one and played a bit of the second one. Though I own more, I haven't gotten around to playing them yet.
That's fair. His experience played a big part in me putting Sly at the top and having Dante up there. It makes sense to me. Okay.
Yeah, so what about your next one?
If we're going to move along to number 4, I'm going to put Delson Row. I love the Infamous games, and I played them all, loved them all, but Second Son was definitely my least favorite. Delson, I don't like him as much of a character as I like Cole. Cole McGrath is like one of my top favorite characters for video games behind like Kratos from when I was young. And yeah, Delson kind of ruined the Infamous series for me, if I'm being honest. I almost had him at number 5, but I simply just didn't play the Sly games enough.
Well, funnily enough, we actually have that one the same.
Yeah, number 4, Delson Row. Delson's definitely on this list just for being infamous, but doesn't quite cut it to compare to the people above him.
Yeah, and though his voice actor is one of my favorite, and I would like to see him in the game and with Yuri Lowenthal in it as well. But like that doesn't really hold up, even though I would love to make those steamy bathhouse jokes about his character Kanji, I believe his name is, from Persona 4.
That would be fun. But if we're going to move on to number 3, this is where things started to get hard for me. We've got Cole, we've got Sora, we've got Dante left. And number 3 is going to be Cole McGrath. I just did state how much I love Cole, and he is one of my favorite characters of all time. And it was really close to having my number 2 spot, but I don't know. It's something about his moveset doesn't seem quite there for me. I love it, and it's great, but just the people above him that much better. Not by much, but he's at 3.
And again, funnily enough, it's the same again. I don't know how that happened. But, yes, I definitely agree on your points, and I find just the top ones are more influential to, like, me and everything, and more loved by me, though I did definitely love the Infamous series of games. Although, with the moves thing, I think you're forgetting that he can, like, summon a lightning tornado.
That is true.
Which is really goddamn cool.
I will agree, but I feel like at this point we're splitting hairs, and towards the top end of this list, these are my characters that I would really, really love to see in Smash. And I'm really splitting hairs here, so small things. And Lightning, for me, cool in the games, but I need more variety. Cole doesn't quite bring that. But, if we're going to move to number 2, I've got Dante at 2. Dante, as much as I haven't played the Devil May Cry games as much as I would like, his character for me has always been something that really hit with me, even if I didn't enjoy the games as much as I wish I did. Dante is charismatic, he's funny, he's just a lot of fun to play with. Even when I'm not completely vibing with the gameplay or the story of the Devil May Cry games, Dante always keeps me interested.
Yeah, I did put Dante quite low, so I guess you have your priorities, I have mine. And for Dante, yeah, he has lots of cool stuff, but I just would love to see one of my earliest gaming memories in my second spot, which is Sly Cooper. I have memories of being Sly, hiding under a table in some kind of stealth thing. Sly Cooper is one of my more favorite, like, semi-stealth puzzle-ish games, when the parts do become, like, sneaking kind of thing, which is surprisingly only occasional. Most of it's, like, kind of like platforming puzzles. But, yeah, it's one of my earliest childhood games next to the old Tobey Maguire Spider-Man game, but they don't allow movie characters into the game.
Sadly, no. I definitely recognize Sly being up here for you is definitely warranted. And all these top 5 characters are all definitely willing. I would be willing and glad to have them all in the game. But like I said, we're just ranking, and that's the way it is. I like Sly too, but for me. But if we're going to move to number 1, and I don't think anyone is really all that surprised, Sora's going to be at number 1. And that's pretty universal among Smash fans at this point. Polls and votes among Smash fans for years have wanted Sora in the game. And nothing's changed.
Yeah, I have started playing the Kingdom Hearts games quite recently, though not that recently. I've played over the course of the last year or so, and I'm now on Kingdom Hearts 3, though not very far, only being at Arendelle. But I do definitely enjoy the Kingdom Hearts games, and would love to see how they crafted a nice moveset for him. And as I said before, with the possibility of Riku coming in, would definitely be nice, because Riku's their little saucy, edgy kind of character, which would be nice to see. And
It's always nice to have a sharp character contrast. It's always nice. For me, Sora, it's more about his moveset. Never been a massive fan of the Kingdom Hearts games. Played them, enjoyed them. They were okay. Haven't played 3 yet. Need to get around to that. But Sora, I'm excited for his moveset. As I mentioned earlier, I played the Smash Flash game, and that was a lot of fun, and I can only see improvement coming out of Smash Ultimate from that game.
yeah, especially seeing it's the professional game done with much higher warranted developers. Though, of course, nothing against Smash Flash, which is definitely a fun game.
Yes. Ultimate seems to have slightly higher budget, though.
Yeah, just slightly higher budget. And it would be nice to see how they cropped an official Smash moveset for him, and how they hop the hoops with the whole Disney thing and all that like that. Like, Square Enix kind of famously didn't give a lot of songs for when they added Cloud in the game. And funnily enough, Cloud actually is in Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts is a game where there is Disney characters and Final Fantasy characters. So it would be nice to have a good old Cloud versus Sora fight, perhaps even if they had a map, in the same world where they had like a little fight before, which is in my mind, but it's the one with Hercules. I believe it was actually called Hercules, and now that my mind's not skipping, that's good. But yeah, a nice little Hercules tournament fight would be pretty cool, though likely their stage for Sora would not be that, because it's a Disney one, and I don't know how well Disney would be allowed in. So it would
Disney is in fact our corporate overlords, and allowing that much to slip into a Nintendo title, highly unlikely. But it would be nice to see Sora. Although we are running out of time here, and sadly we're going to have to wrap up. It was a nice talk to have with you. I'll be back again soon.
Yeah, be back soon. Thank you, and goodbye.